2:08 p.m., Bill and I left Georgia Street Juvenile and headed for 1200 Loma Linda Avenue. It took us 4.5 minutes to reach the vacant lot where the strange-behaving juvenile was reported to have been seen.
These men are consummate snowball artists. They use sense and nerve gases to induce hallucinations.
Sugar cubes. I'll make you book. He's been dropping that acid we've been hearing about.
Artists.
There is a swamp. And on that swamp there is a house which harbors a small group of aspiring young businessmen. 4 people with only music in common form a swampland tribe that rejects the conventional framework of success in modern society. Alone, they are Mike McDonald of Nashville, Tennessee, Chris Greco of Potomac, Maryland, Jackson Butt of Fayetteville, Arkansas, and Tony Gulla of Austin, Texas. Together, they are Swamphouse Industries.
Welcome to the Swamphouse.
Anywhere.
So yeah, that was
The little front porch diddly.
that was a little song called Swamphouse Blues. It was the first little thing we recorded back here. We were just sitting out by the fire pit one night, trying to get our instruments out, and started just jamming out and making up words as we went along. And we decided to put up a microphone and just start, tracking it.
I'm Mike McDonald, and I'm from Nashville, Tennessee.
Alright, yeah. So that's all because if I do that, that'll repeat right?
I feel we're going to succeed with Swamphouse because we all have the passion and the drive to make it happen. None of us have any problem coming and spending 5 hours in here on a Saturday figuring out speaker wiring or, any of that kind of stuff, because 80% of getting the business off the ground is doing that trivial, menial labor that no one really wants to do, but we don't really have a problem doing it, so once it gets done, that's when you get to the fun stuff.
Theirs is a business of passion. That passion is music.
I've always been very passionate about the music that I listen to, and that turned into a passion for playing, which turned into a passion for, producing.
Maybe boost my guitar a little bit in this part.
I started really starting to play guitar because I wanted to. I wanted to learn how to play the songs that I was listening to and, enjoying. And it just kind of blossomed from there into high school, where I got to play in jazz combos and funk bands and, get a lot of experience playing in front of people. And I realized that was just something that really excited me and was something that I enjoyed doing.
So I've got it from, I've got the sample I want to use. Got to get it on a CD to give to Greco. So I'm just going to burn this real quick. It's really nice having all this, equipment and capabilities, because we're just thinking about a cool song. We hear that. It's like, oh, that'd be nice to put in a song. How do we do it? Well, this is what we do. Finishing burning. All right, and here we go.
All right, Greco, got this
All
for
right,
you.
Mike. Let's check that out.
Let's try it out.
Yeah, man. All right, so I guess just put it in the CD turntable. And I'll let Greco explain what it is exactly that he does.
My friend and I, Will Adrian, we started a DJ business, which is a mobile club entertainment. And we started doing parties and phone parties in DC. Here, for example, I can demonstrate how the turntable, digital turntable works. We all give everything we have in terms of our time and our friendships, and our equipment that we have in music and our skills, knowledge, and know-how about business and music theory, everything. And we really feel that we can succeed in the future if we keep on working hard and keep on keeping on. I was in a severe car accident. Because I wasn't wearing my seatbelt, I was severely injured. And I have been recovering and healing my mind, body, and soul. I feel like my life has some direction, and I feel that is why I feel I'm in the right place at the right time.
The injuries that Greco sustained, a lacerated liver, a collapsed lung, 2 fractured vertebrae, a cracked rib cage, ligament damage to his left shoulder, a week in the hospital, 4 months of pain, and a year of recovery for both mind and body called him to question his perspective on life. Today, he searches for his purpose in the swamp.
My name is William Jackson Butt III, and I'm from Fayetteville, Arkansas. I got started with Swamphouse by just being friends with people through my fraternity and meeting other people who played music. And my room in the fraternity house when I lived there was like a place for everybody to come and play music. And that kind of transferred out to, you know, different places once I moved out. And Tony decided to have me make a place for us to play. And ever since it got built up, been friends with Tony, and when Swamphouse was built, started playing music here, and that's how it got started. I first became passionate about music when I was in 5th or 6th grade. I found a cassette tape of The Last Waltz by the band, and I listened to it over and over and over, just play one side and then the other. It was the first music to give me goosebumps and like really make me feel something. And you know, I didn't know their history or anything about it. I just knew that it was good music, and it made me feel something, like, I don't know, really deep. It was very influential. The only thing that's really riding on the success of Swamphouse Industries is our pride. I mean, really, it's just, you know, 4 people who decided to start something and make something happen, and so, you know, you only really have to answer to those people, and most of all, you have to answer to yourself. So if you let things, I don't know, like fall through, it's all on you. It's not on anything. It's not on anybody else. So, you know, the success of the Swamphouse is directly tied to your attitude and how you feel about taking every day. Personally, I've invested time and money and gear and knowledge and anything else that I can bring to the table, and that's how it is. Everybody has to bring everything that they have, you know, even if it's just like some time to come help out or a pair of ears to listen. It's a team effort. Everybody has to put in all that they have, or otherwise it won't work. You know, it won't work without all the pieces to the puzzle, and we just try to make sure that we're always there for each other to, you know, support each other.
My name's Tony Gullah, and I'm from Austin, Texas. I've lived here for 2 years. We moved in here in 2007, and Swamphouse was just it was like it had 4 posts on the corners, and it was an open air carport. So there were no walls built around it, and there was a storage unit in it in the back though. So we decided to go ahead and build walls around it to make it a room to hang out in, just an extra place to hang out in. And then Greco said, hey, why don't we put our instruments in there? And I said, all right, you know, that's a good idea. We can put foam insulation around it so we can play instruments and not disturb the neighbors. And so it kind of evolved from there.